subscribe, like, and share the Trauma Research Foundation channel. It lets YouTube know that you find this content valuable, and they'll spread the word by showing it to more people. Thank you all for joining us for this week's session of Afro Flow Yoga, titled Restoring Our Roots to Restore Our Inner Strength. It is my great pleasure to introduce you to our presenters. Afro Flow Yoga is an embodied practice integrating dance movements of the African diaspora with meditative yoga and live healing music, promoting individual and collective healing in a compassionate, non-judgmental, inclusive, and safe environment. For the last 15 years, Leslie Jones and her husband have been passionate about community building and bringing healing and transformation to people of all backgrounds. They are passionate in music, promoting to know that you find that they are passionate about integrative or intergenerational and multicultural empowerment. My apologies. Education, healing, spirituality, and the wellness of all whom they serve. Please join me in welcoming Leslie and Jeff of Afro Flow Yoga. Thank you. Take it away.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Star, for that introduction, and we welcome you all. It's wonderful to hear where you're from. We can't see you, but we can feel your beautiful energy. And we're here in Boston, Massachusetts, which is actually the unceded territory of the Massachusetts people. And the name has been co-opted by the Commonwealth. And so we like to honor the indigenous people of this land. We also like to honor those who've put their labor into the land, the African people who have come for generations to build this land. And so wherever you are, we honor you.
You'll have some live music today along with our yoga and movement flow. I have a djembe back here and congas, some other instruments, African instruments, as far as an acholi lyra from Sudan, a kalimba. Earth, Wind, and Fire always has those kalimba sounds. And I have some bass, and I'll be singing.
And so, as Star mentioned, this is our 15th year, and really the inspiration of Afro Flow Yoga came through a journey of us wanting to learn more about our ancestors. So we bring Ancestry into this practice, and whether you know your ancestors or whether your ancestors are not our relatives, they could be people in history who've inspired us. And part of that inspiration has been the stories, the generational stories, whether they were victorious or traumatic, they're in our bodies. And so this is an opportunity to explore that through movement. The rhythms and the dances, the movement have survived generations of oppression. And they're within us all, and they're within our hearts and our breath. So we're going to begin. And before we do so, I would like to say that I am teaching this very short practice through an able body. I have no aches and pains today, and I have full mobility of my joints. So if you do not, then please take care of yourselves and do what's right for you. Listen to your body's wisdom. This is a practice of non-judgment of self and others, and all are welcome. I'm going to begin on a chair. However, if you want to sit on the floor or if you want to stand, you can do so as well. This is a two-part series, so it's going to be a little hard to hear the music, but we'll do the best we can in this situation. Just let us know.
We're very, very successful with the sound, so I'm really surprised that it's.
Can you play a little something so we can see if we can hear? Okay. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Wonderful. All right, so we'll begin again. Thank you for your patience. Technology sometimes is not easy. So I invite you, as I had mentioned, that I'm speaking from an able body and I have no aches and pains. So I'm going to start sitting on a chair. You can sit on the floor, you can stand. And I invite you to feel your feet connected to the floor. Imagine your feet are connecting to the earth. And if you find the length of your spine, soften your shoulders. And as we come into this practice, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze if that's available to you, and begin to bring the awareness, the focus on your breath, the rise and fall of your breath. So you might notice your breath is rapid and shallow or deep and slow. Take a moment to notice. And then taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As we breathe in and breathe out, we're calming the nervous system, balancing the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. The inhalation is where you're bringing energy to your organs and your cells, and the exhalation is where you release and let go of whatever is not serving. And then I invite you to take your hands. Notice your beautiful hands. Your hands are like healing tools. So you take your palms together and begin to rub them together. So you want to begin to generate some heat in your hands, some heat, some fire, rubbing them together. And this energy is a healing, or your hands are like healing tools. So take your hands and begin to just massage any areas where you might be holding on to tension unnecessarily. I know I tend to hold on to tension between my eyebrows, my jaw. And then anytime you want to recharge your hands, maybe the neck area. It's so interesting as, the body, this vessel, Vandercoat spoke, the body keeps the score. Oftentimes the neck, you hear that expression, well, that person or this thing is a pain in my neck. And so these things that are happening to us can manifest actually in the physical body. And then recharge your hands and maybe rubbing your shoulders, inhale and exhale, getting that blood flowing. Recharging your hands. Stay with the breath. And then let's bring the hands to the heart, giving your heart a massage, this area. And oftentimes when I first started doing a lot of embodied practice, I felt a lot of tightness in my chest. And that's because I manifested, I would hold on to the tension in my shoulders. So think of awakening and opening, inhaling and exhaling. And then gently circle your shoulders around. Let's take a deep breath in, lift the shoulders up, and exhale round the back. And see if as you exhale, you can begin to release whatever is not serving you. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then I invite you to take one hand on your heart, so you can just gently press through the chest. So you can locate the rhythm of your heart. You might not feel it right away. At least bring that intention, that heat, that warmth to your heart. And then take your other hand and place it on your belly. Just breathing and giving your belly. The belly is a place where we can hold on to a lot of tension, a lot of emotions get caught in the body. And begin to give yourself a little belly and chest rub. And then we're going to come into a 3-part breath. So I invite you to, if it's available to you, to breathe into your nose, inhale, and imagine your belly like a balloon. Fill your belly up. And then exhale out of a straw as if you're exhaling out of a straw. Exhale as if you're squeezing the breath out of your lungs. And again, inhale, fill. And exhale, empty. And again, inhale, fill. And exhale, empty. See if you can begin to hear the sound of your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Now, if you're sitting down, if you want to stand up, I'm going to stand up, but you can remain sitting down. And I'd like you to imagine your roots as if you're a tree rooting down deep into the center of the earth. So lifting your toes and your heels, spreading them wide, kind of find that center of balance. Inhale, and balance is a practice that we do every day. We're finding balance. And then open your arms. And from here, take 4 breaths, grounding breaths. And imagine, even though we can't see each other, feeling that connection to each other, helping yourself ground in this moment. And then from here, inhale and reach one arm up toward the sky and one down toward the earth. Beautiful. And again, inhale, reaching and stretching. Stay with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Hearing your breath. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. And then come back to center and take the feet a little wider. Now imagine you're like a tree and you're spreading your branches and leaves. Soften your knees. And then inhale and exhale. Imagine as the wind, a strong wind comes by, the more rooted and grounded you are. Inhale and exhale, the more you can flex and not break. So when we experience trauma and stress, the more we can work on being flexible. Inhale, we find that deep sense of resilience. Beautiful. And then through the breath, let's begin to imagine we're just sweeping away whatever is not serving. And you can do this through the breath. Exhale. Exhale in. Say it. Beautiful. Just let it go. You can even take this into a full circle if you like. Take it all the way around. You go nice and slow, or you can go a little faster. So your own pace. You get to explore a little rhythm and then the other way. When we explore rhythm, again, it helps us find that balance. Beautiful. And then come back up and let's slowly bring the arms up. Inhale and then exhale, round your spine. So here I'm rounding the spine. And think of your spine now. Inhale like a wave. So we're made of, inhale, water. We're made of the earth. We're made of fire, air, and spaciousness. So I invite you to begin to move your spine. You can even just without the arms, inhale and exhale. Of course, the spine is connected to the nervous system. So the health of our spine is connected to our well-being. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then from here, see if you can inhale, lift your heart up and begin to look up. Inhale. And then tuck your tailbone under and round your spine. You might get a nice stretch through your spine. Lift up to your belly. And then again, inhale, lift your heart. Inhale. And then exhale, round your spine. And hopefully you're feeling a little tension in your back. Releasing. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. And And in African dance, this is what we call an undulation. And a lot of dance movements, again, are connected to nature. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, let's come all the way up, lifting your arms up. And now here's where I'm going to invite you to find a big, deep release. And shaking is a way, as many animals teach us, to shake off any trauma, whatever's not serving. So if you flap your arms, imagine you're a tree shaking off any old leaves that's not serving you. Use your breath. You can go as fast or slow as you like. If it's not available to lift your arms up, you can just shake your body. That's it. You're going to do this for 20 seconds. Just give it a shake. Breathe. That's it. Stay with it 10 seconds. Shake it off, whatever's not serving you. Beautiful. Inhale. Inhale. And then slowly exhale. Slowly bring your arms down. Exhale the breath. It's available to you to connect to the earth. That's another way in our practice. Giving gratitude for the earth, for those who've come before. Inhale. Deep breath in and then exhale through your heart. And if you can't go all the way down, maybe just place your hands on your thighs, but make that connection, that acknowledgement of grounding. Exhale the breath, and one more time, inhale. Beautiful. And then come back to your heart. And then exhale. Just release whatever's not serving you. Slowly come back up. Beautiful job. Just going to take a couple more minutes just to begin to see if you can move in any way that feels natural to you without judging. See if you can find your body system. Don't worry how it looks. Don't worry what I'm doing. Just see if you can find your own natural rhythm. Find your dance. Maybe like that shaking, shake it off a little bit more. Good. And knowing that dance is a medicine. So finding your medicine. Beautiful. And nice job. And then take a deep breath in. Inhale. And then exhale the breath. And I invite you to come back to that place of the rhythm of your heart and the rhythm of your breath. And notice a little shift. In this moment, maybe close your eyes, soften your gaze. If you'd like to take a moment to sit down or lie down, that is to come into a place of stillness, of relaxation. Coming back, regulating the breath. Perhaps close your eyes. Beginning to feel the weight of your eyes and your eye sockets. Softening your jaw, your melt down, letting go. Your shoulders. Your fingers. Your hips. Relaxing through your belly. Your knees, your feet, your toes. And notice any sensations that are rising. Coming back to the awareness of the rise and fall of the breath. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, coming back to your heart. Feeling that deep love, giving yourself a sense of love, peace, ease, whatever you're calling in as we close our practice. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie and Jeff. Thank you for today's session. It's what I needed today. Very refreshing. Yeah. Do we have any questions from our chat?
Let me take a look. I do have one myself, though. I would like to know, how did you two get started with the body-based stuff? Like, what brought you to that in the first place?
Thank you. Great question. So my background's in dance. I actually trained in ballet since I was 7, and then Afro-Caribbean dance. And when I was growing up in Toronto, my family started something called Black Heritage. We didn't have a lot of Black history or education, so they started an organization where we would go on Saturdays. And then I went to a place called Albanelli. I don't know if you've heard of Albanelli, but Albanelli was one of the first African-American choreographers. And yoga this was in 1991, was a requirement. So yoga and dance was actually part of my healing when I was going through an identity crisis. And I just needed something to help ground me and anchor me. And through movement was a way for me to return back to my heart, to my home, to my temple.
My background is as a singing bass player, although I come from a musical family. We toured quite a bit. I toured for many years playing music. And I come from a musical family. My dad was a bass player for Billie Holiday, Sammy Davis Jr., a bunch of other folks. And my grandmother was a mentor to Marian Anderson and Roland Haynes, and they were the first known classical singers, Black classical singers. So touring, my dad's drummer gave me a set of bongos when I was very young, and I learned to play piano and trumpet. And after meeting this beautiful woman on a plane, we found we had such wonderful skills when we merged them together. We actually, when we met, we started doing fitness DVDs together. And I did a lot of the engineering on that and the music, and Leslie led the practice. And after a trip to West Africa, where we were trying to go for several years, and hearing the music and going to the slave dungeons and the castles. They're called castles, but they're actually forts and slave dungeons. We were inspired to figure out how to bring these vibrations back. And with I bought a djembe when I was in Africa, and that started us on our journey of combining the music to dance. And of course, the bass was a bass that my dad actually played with Billie Holiday. So we've incorporated that in when we do a lot of retreats in Palu, Omega. We do a retreat down in Costa Rica, which is Blue Spirit. We're down there for several weeks, and we work, and that's where we met Vessel. And this has just brought us to this point, this beautiful point of being able to share this and combine our talents. So, yeah.
We do have a question that came in, which I think is a pretty good one. So if somebody wants to add movement to their daily practice, what would you recommend as like a way to get started? How often, how long, some of those questions.
Yeah, these are great questions. I think that everyone has a different way to come into their bodies and come into movement. Some people love to go outside and walk, or some people are starting from the very, very, very beginning and might be a little intimidated. And so what I would say to that is, like, we all carry wisdom in our bodies. So to do something that you're a little more naturally inclined to do. So maybe if it's like just starting with walking, or if it's rolling your shoulders, if you notice that you tend to hold a lot of tension in your shoulders, that pain or that tension is screaming to you for attention. So maybe a good way to start is rolling the shoulders around, something simple, or bringing a little massage in. So I would say listen to what your body is calling. And that's the thing. It's like oftentimes we're not trained to listen to the body. We're trained to like keep squashing it down and keep going on through our day. And that's where the pain can manifest. So if there is pain, I would say with your breath, I'd say even start with a breathing exercise. Go into the pain with so much love as opposed to like, oh, I'm going to fight it. So go in with love and ease as if you would approach a baby.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So Leslie and Jeff, thank you so much. To our viewers, you can find out more about Leslie and Jeff and Afro Yoga at www.afroyoga.com.
Afro Flow.
Oh, so Afro, yes, flow. Yes, you do that very, very well. My apologies. Okay, so thank you for being intentional and joining us today. We are so happy that you actually joined and you are part of our community. You will find more sessions past sessions such as Afro Flow Yoga on our TRF website. Look for the Trauma Research Foundation's Tuesday Somatic Library under the resource tab. Also, there's a link to offer your feedback in the chat, and we'd love to hear from you. Behind the scenes, our very own Pat Murray, Connor McCann, and your very own Mary Frangie. I am Star Muhammad, and it was my pleasure to be in your presence today. We look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy your day, you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.